couple of minutes. We have two tables at other monitor waiting for also to get in. It's a little better situation than yesterday. I don't think that we will need to add NL100 tables. So until we start, we can like, you can ask questions or stuff like that. I had a couple of ideas for tomorrow. I was also thinking about guest stream. So we bring a player that bought NC Breakthrough and let's show him in the action, and I will be with him asking him questions and stuff like that. So if you think it's interesting, you can tell me in the chat. I think that would be really interesting to see how people use NoteCaddy Breakthrough, and let them freely talk about how they see the program, what do they think about it, what's the features they like, or what they maybe don't like, or what would they add into it if they have opportunity. So I think we have another NL400 tables. When the table is there, I will add it. Okay, I think that today we'll get the action. Okay. Okay. Not an action in Super Sport today, so we are just stuck with iPoker. Okay, as soon as the table is free, we'll get in. We can monitor other players, how they play, and talk about that. Okay. Until we get into the hand. No action with kings. Okay. Our friend sit outed. Our friend who was on tilt the other day. Okay. I need to closely look when the table is free on the other monitor, so we can get in quickly. Okay. Let's see the 3-bit range. It seems like a lot against the earlier positions. Okay, he had aces and jacks, and I see here that he folded once on the 4-bet. Here he called 4-bet, but we don't know with what. Against, we can call sometimes, 4-bet sometimes. I think that when it's like higher than 8%, we can go for the 4-bet. So we're gonna 4-bet it. It's basically small blind versus middle position because this guy didn't play. And when we see like these stats against earlier position, we're gonna 4-bet. When I see like 8% plus, I'm 4-betting ace king there. Okay, ace king against ace king. We are drawing it. Okay. We are on 83 followers, so 17 more till the first giveaway. NoteCaddy, thank you. This guy opens 50%. We can see the range. He has even Jack 8 off. So it's probably closer to 55%. Okay, he checks fold. He doesn't check fold a lot. So he has, we can see his check range. Check, check, fold, turn 30%. Check, check, call, fold 50%. Okay, we can quickly come into the here. Okay, one more table filled. 2 to go. Magic orange, hey, thanks. I'm not going to forget about the river pop-up. I'm gonna closer look at the river pop-up today. That's what I told myself today and yesterday and day before. Okay, let's see his range. Big blind versus small blind, approximately 50% of the range. Okay, it's usual. We don't see anything like king 3 off, for example. So it's usual range here. Let's see, he's stabbing 60%. It's a lot, so we're gonna see what type of hands he stabs. He stab bottom pair, middle pair. This hand also stab and fold to check raise. We see 50%. This hand we can check raise. We can call. I think it's also cool checkers because we have like backdoors here. So I'm gonna check raise it. This guy doesn't have. I think he doesn't have queen 7 and queen 6 off. He has king. He has queen 6 7 off probably, and I don't think that ace 6 here is connecting with him. He has ace 6 here. We block ace 7, and he's probably betting ace 6 here. Okay, now when he bets the turn, he's wrapping hands. He's wrapping 2 pair here. He does. I don't think he's betting queen x here, so I think we're gonna we can bluff catch now. Okay. And our hand looks like some type of ace x here, and the 6 is in. I'm thinking if he's the type of player that steps here with like hand like ace 10 here. I don't think so, that he's stepping ace high on this board. I don't think he's betting queen x here. I'm gonna call with 5-7 here. And look at this. So annoying. Hello Murta. I mean, I know that I'm good on the turn here, and he's like betting the turn, and then he gets on the river 6x, and he's betting a small side that doesn't have any sense. I don't know. I mean, I just feel that I'm on the turn. He's repping really. He's basically repping a6 here. Maybe we should like. Maybe we can even ship the turn, but we have like so many a6 there, so I don't see the need for that, but I just saw that he's on the bluff here. Okay. We're gonna 4-bet it to the 40 here. Let's see how he reacts on 4-bets. Button versus cutoff. He called aces. Okay, we are gonna call here. Again, ace king on ace king. We did that twice. Okay. We're gonna leave this table, and I'm gonna add other tables because they are like sitting out all the time. They won't play. I'm gonna try to add another table. I think we need to go into the NL100. I'm gonna add NL200 table here, and I have like 2 more NL200 tables, but all NL400 tables are seated out, or there's only one more NL400 table, and it's on my left monitor also. I think we'll need to add NO100 tables, and then when the bigger limits are filled with players, we will sit in there and leave the smaller stakes. But there is no action. There's just 2 tables of NL100 also. But okay, we can check here. I would make a note about how this player played the hand. He was just trying to bluff with the bottom pair and get the trips on the river. And when the 6 hits on the river, I mean, we are so in the good shape there, because it's like so. It's so he rarely has a hand that can bet on the turn when ace is there, because he's not betting queen x there. And I mean, I don't know what was his plan on the river. If any river hit, jack, king, any river hit, what would he do on the river? That's what's interesting me. What interests me in all this story. What would he do? Even if the queen hit, what would he do? I know he's not betting queen x. So basically, any river, I don't see his plan. I mean, does he plans like to bet river with on every other, because when I call the turn, I mean he must know that his hand is not good. NoteCaddy, you're asking me how he's like. I mean, I check raised and he betted the turn there, and he bet the turn on like. I mean, I have some ace king there that I'm check raising against so high of the step. I'm check raising some of the ace king when the queen is there. I think ace king is check raise with backdoor some of the time. We will have some we will have kings there also. So I think that he's like trying to bluff us out of like queen x or and I'm not folding anything. I mean, I called here with the 7, so I don't know what to say. I think that's a really bad play. And on the river, he got the hand, okay, he got the trips on the river, but I just don't see a plan behind this. I mean, if he like checked the turn behind, he's beating some of my bluffs, but I don't see the plan. Only if he was like gonna shove the river there, then okay. Murta. Murta is telling us that he hates the river size. It's cool that we can check into the river pop-up for that size, and I forget about the river pop-up again. But I just knew that when the 6 hit and he bets that size, I mean, I don't see anything that he reps. It looks like that he repped ace 10 in my eyes, but he would never play ace 10 that way, but maybe possibly he even could play it that way. But let's go to the rear pop-up to see. Let's go to the rear pop-up to see his betting sizes with the smaller size. So okay, so he betted like this size. He has one bluff. Let's see the bluff here. Okay, jack 10, and it's no equity bluff. Let's see once more when he bet. He betted ace. Okay, he thinly value bet here, I would say. Okay, and let's go here, and he doesn't have any bluff on the river. So it seems like again this player doesn't bluff river at all, but the problem is that on the river he reps so small of the range, and he has in the range like he has all the combos of gut shots and open enders, and I don't think when he bets like that size he's like suddenly on the turn he reps like 2 pair, and on the river he's suddenly repping top pair. So it doesn't have any sense to me, and when 6 hits it's so making his value range so much it's so much worse for him, because when another 6 hits his value range is even smaller than it was on the turn, and on the turn he repped like nothing. NoteCaddy, I would say that no matter what, we need to defend the optimal frequencies. So when he's betting, I don't know, half of the pot, we just need to we just need to defend about 67% of the range. And if we like really know his strategy, and if we are like from the river pop-up, we just see that he's not bluffing, then we can make like maybe small changes like 10 to 20%. But I can't like go from defending 67% minimally to like defend 30%. I would like go to defend maybe 40%, but not like make so big of adjustments. It's my opinion that we don't need to make big adjustments on like even if we know that the opponent is playing that way, he can change thinking, or he can change the way he plays, and then I mean, then our assumptions can be wrong, and he can like exploit us. If he, I mean, you can make really big adjustments if you know that player will never make a different play, that he will never get any better, that he will just play like a robot all the time, and he will never like up his game, and then you can like make big adjustments. But making small adjustments is the way to go. And when he rep on the river, I don't know, 6 combos, and there's like or 10 combos, and he bet that size, and we need to like find 2 bluffs there, and there's like many open-enders and gutters, and even we saw that he had once non-equity bluff, so I think we have like a call. And I mean, now we know this information about him. It's also good thing to know that this player is capable of doing like stuff that doesn't have any sense. Okay. We just can't go into the tables. Okay. Another table where they are sitting out. I'm gonna put it on the other monitor also. Okay, we have one table here, this, so they will probably play here. Okay. I'm gonna leave I'm gonna transfer one table here on the monitor, so we have like another monitor. We have, okay, we have one more table, so we need one more table basically, that's it. Okay. Okay. We only need one more table here. And it's nice that you are discussing the hands. That's good. I'm glad Murta is here. Murta likes to discuss hands. Okay. One NL, oh, okay, this, okay, one NL 400 table. Maybe we can see if there will be action. I got 6 tables in the other monitor. Okay. I mean, it's so annoying like this. Same thing on NL 400. Everybody's sitting out, and the table table is now broken. And now they're leaving the table. Okay. Okay, but just if we get one more table, it will be okay. I will be happy. But it was also a cool hand to think about. I would just love to see if the river was like queen. What would he do? What size would he use? I want to see like what would happen there. Okay, 40% of the range. Check folding, 50% we can see. Okay, the type of the range when he calls the turn step. Okay, middle pair. Okay, we can double check here. I think it's not a problem. We can see his delay c-bet stats. I think they would need to be higher, but he's not delay c-betting 25%. So he's basically like he doesn't have probably bluff range when he delays c-bets. He just delays c-bets with equity and like middle pairs or stuff like that. We're gonna bet now. Okay, we can see his, we will see, I will go to the rear pop-up and we can see, I'm gonna leave this table now and add another table, and we will gonna, this is the worst thing that could happen. Okay. The alphabet just makes like, okay. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna get okay. We will see on the river he's betting with bigger size. Okay, we have table here. Wow, that turned out great for us. Wow, I'm happy now. It did turn out great for us. Okay. And I think we have one more table here. Okay, wow. Everything is going great now. Okay. We will transfer this table here. We will add this table here. And we have another table here. Okay. Okay. I think this is really good. Okay, we can leave from here. We can go over bet here. I think this guy is a weaker player. Okay. But we have like so much equity here. Okay, we have 4 tables now. And I'm gonna leave here and put this table here. And we are okay. We have 4 tables. Okay. 3 betting here, less hand here. Okay, I'm gonna put here, this here. Okay. And leave this table now. And I'm gonna put the other tables on my left monitor with bigger limits there. Okay. And okay, we are in okay spot. We are in the okay spot here. Okay, we are in okay here. We have 4 tables and that's most important thing now. Okay, we don't have stats here, so that's not great. Okay, I think I will use normal size here. I won't go over betting here. Okay, check here. Okay, and we have like 2 more tables on the left monitor. That's it. Okay, we can now start getting into the game. Okay, I'm gonna see a river pop-up about this guy to see a bigger size, what he does with the bigger size. Okay, bigger size here, and like Murta was right, he bluffed once with the bigger size. That was a6 here, and that was pot size, and that's it. So basically we have like only one hand in this pot. I mean, it seems like we don't know a lot. We don't know a lot about this player. and we don't have a big of the sample here, so okay, let me see the chat. Okay, NoteCaddy, you are asking me that you are asking me about that somebody wrote that huts are past, old age, and we live in the GTO solver. Okay, so then tell me why does old people have so much leak? Why does old people doesn't play even near GTO? And tell me what about spots where we don't even know what is GTO? What about multi-way pots and stuff like that? When there is like so many possible so many wide ranges, I mean, so many possibilities that you just can't know GTO. What about that? Okay, we need to add one more table. I will try. I will try to tell you what I think when we are not in the hand. Okay, let's see his button versus small blind, and we are like facing a really big 4-bet, 3x here. Let's see his 4-bet range here. He doesn't fold to fold. I mean, we can like exploitably fold against this big of the size, and his range is, I don't think that he has bluffs. Like, we didn't saw one bluff, so he doesn't fold to 5-bet in this spot. So I mean, it's really good hand, but he's like using really big size. We can just go shove on him. He's like basically 4-betting 10s plus in this spot, and ace king. Okay. I'll try to tell you what I think on a couple of examples. I mean, people are talk about GTO, but if people know GTO that well, why do we just see losing players on all networks? Why do we? I mean. From what the people are saying, it seems like on all network we see just crushers. We just see the great players. Everything is like GTO, but in the reality, like playing NL 200, NL 400, I mean, I can say from my experience, they're just not even like really strong players. Most of them like tight passive players, and tight passive is for sure not GTO. So when people are starting to talk about that way, they would like need to have perfect results, and everybody should just get like crushing the game, and we don't need anything. I would say that that's the situation they are talking about, but in reality, like, most of the players are losing, most of the players are playing the way they shouldn't be played. I mean, that's just the way I see it. So I think that HUD is giving you information, and information is the key to have a success, to have like a good strategy, and that's my opinion on that. Okay, we see that this guy is raising in position, and he has like 24% of the range. He has like probably king 10 off in this spot. His raising range is a little bit stronger. We are calling, of course. He basically reps here king 10. I don't see any other hand. He can have bluffs, I think, but I don't see like his raising range, and I know that he never bluffs the river. So I think when we call here, I think that he's gonna shut down on the river here, because we saw that we played against this player 4 or 5 days, and he like never bluffed the river. And we'll go to the rear pop-up now to see. Okay, he even checked the ace queen here. I mean, I didn't put him like on the ace queen, and because I thought that he would 3-bet that, but really good for us. I mean, he's like checking the river there. So I mean, this guy's like really tight. I would fold on the river because I know against him that I paid him by like 5 times, and then I go to the river pop up and I see that this player just doesn't bluff the river at all. I mean, we see the high turn stats because he's like, he will barrel with equity, and on the river like he will stop. Okay. I would just want to conclude the thought. I just want to say that to play a good poker, you need to have a lot of information from your opponents. If you can collect all information by just observing them and taking notes, you don't need HUD. But if you have like so many good information and like range there, like showing the range, showing their tendencies, their frequencies, and you got all that collected. I'm gonna just go to the river bluff here. I think like that's the key. You have like so many valuable information collected for you in all possible spots, and I think like even if you play like perfect GTO game, you know that there is a thing that is called max exploit game, and with a lot of information you can play like max exploit, and especially if you know GTO. I mean, this guy should never like do that, but he's a fish. So okay. Okay. I don't like this. He doesn't have a lot behind. I'm gonna go here for the 4-bet. I'm gonna go here for the bet. Let's see what he does. What does he? Check fold turn. Check call fold. I don't think that he has much of the 7x here. We're gonna go for the overbet here. We're gonna call here. I mean, it's okay. We have 4 tables, and I'm happy the tables are full, and there is no sitting out. So I will concentrate now to explaining. I was trying to say that I would fold when I would fold 2 pair on river against this player. I'm 100% sure. I'm 100% sure of that. That was the plan when I called the turn. Let's go to the river here. He did have one bluff, and that was out of position, and he had like ace blocker, which on this structure where he raised, we can like forget about that because there is no blockers involved in that spot. Okay, so we can like say for sure this guy bluffs really rarely, and when he bluffs he's using like top blockers in that spot. Let's see, like in position river bet was a pot, and he had also one bluff. He had straight here, and he had ace 10 here. Again, he's using blockers in this spot. So okay. Usually I 3-bet this. This is isolation. Let's see his isolation numbers. Okay, they are so from 30 he's going to 20%, and we have like this fish behind. It happened 2-3 times when I like made a 3-bet and I got a shove in this spot, and I saw that this guy isolate like a stronger range, so I didn't want to 3-bet in this spot. I agree with you, Murta, but on the turn we have flush draw and we can fold, we have equity to call, but I mean on the river I'm 100% sure that he will never bluff that spot, because it's not like a situation where we saw his bluffs. That's not that spot. We're gonna save our bluffs on this guy. He doesn't fold to c-bet, he folds a lot on delay c-bet, he doesn't stab a lot, so against this guy we just don't need to bluff with our c-bets. Let's see, are we gonna call 4-bet here? Small blind versus button 12%, fold to 4-bet 50%. Let's see here, fold to call 4-bet. Okay, I'm gonna fold. We can call 4-bet here, sevens. I think it's okay. And I hate this when somebody has like this. And we didn't get the donk, okay? I'm just gonna bet once and that's it. Murta, I don't know what you're doing. I'm asking myself every day what you're doing. Maybe now when you bought the program and you start playing with the program, I'm expecting to see you soon here on an NL200 and NL400. Okay. And I mean, it's also like really hard to find the bluff in when this guy's calling like 24%, so like that's ace 10 off, that's like broadways, off broadways, and I mean it's really hard to find the bluff from that range when I bet like ace, queen, jack, and that he's raising. I just don't see what kind of hand he can raise there in position. I just don't see that. So basically, I mean, I know, I just don't know. He's checking two pairs here. Great. So on the turn, if the flush draw didn't come, I would like fold against this guy. And he's not the type of guy that will raise in position like ace, queen, jack with 9-10 of, I don't know, backdoors. His raise strength is even stronger, so when he raised the flop he has two pairs, pair and flush draw, 2 over straight draw. It was only bluff. Okay, open-ender was the bluff here. I mean, really equity driven guy that really bluffs the river. I mean, this is the like easiest guy you can play against. It's much harder to play against the fish, because like this guy can put you in tough spot because you know that he's like on the river. If he bluffs, he like have top blockers. He's not even aggressive. He's not stabbing a lot, so the perfect table would be like having like 5 players like this at the table. Okay, fold here. Let's see. Okay, 2 more tables. Let's put them on the monitor. Okay. Small blind versus button. I think this is tighter range. Okay. If he's stabbing here, we are stabbing with the half of the pot. Let's see his check fold. Okay. Let's see his check folding range here. Check calling range. He doesn't check fold a lot. Let's see what type of the hand he's check call. He like check calls with a 2 pair in this spot. Okay, but he called like overbet. We are double barreling. I just thinking about. I'm just thinking about what type of hand he check calls here. This type of dude. We don't see a check call check fold here. Like, is he calling like ace queen here and then folds the turn? Okay. Okay, we will gonna go to the HUD. Okay. This is heads up HUD. Okay. Nothing from heads up. This is close. This guy is tributing. Cutoff first, middle position. 8 ace queen. I mean, we can probably 4-bet here. We don't know anything about him. I just see that he's passive fish. Okay, 2 more tables, 3 more tables. We are waiting on them on other monitor. Okay, this guy calls the 4-bet here. Okay, queens, nines. I don't see a lot of jack X's in his range. Ace jack suited and king jack suited, I think, is the like only one. He has ace queen, he has probably even jacks here, tens here. We can check here. Okay. Let's see how he reacts on 4-bet pots. Called 4-bet, he doesn't fold at all. Let's see his calling flop c-bet. Okay, small size with okay, he called 4-bet here with queens. Okay, we are calling with nines. I'm gonna see just go to see step states and see is he stabbing like without anything. I mean, this guy stabs really rarely. This smells like jacks. I don't see that he's like betting ace queen here and king queen here. This guy just like passive player who steps like really rarely in normal pots and in tribute pots. So, and there's like no, he's probably, we can call if somebody's like doing without equity, if he has like some bluffs on there. But when he like tributes this guy and this guy is short, he's like preparing to go all in against him. He won't tribute with suited connectors, that's for sure. Okay, and this guy is like also really tight. Small blind versus early is like, I'm gonna fold here. Okay, this guy check raises. Call here. We don't have stats. We only had 5 hands on him, but I think this board is like he has 7-8 off, of course, but he can have many bluffs in this spot. Okay, easy call here. And I just knew that this type of the river will be here, and this is like also a gross split. I don't know if we need to bluff here. He said he had the nuts on the flop. Okay, we're gonna delay here. I'm gonna fold here. I mean, if we want to play, we need to. I think shove the turn. Okay. This is the number 3. This is the answer. Okay. 3-bet here, and we get the donk here, so I think this is the fish probably, and this player is coming, so this is definitely a fish. Murta, you're asking me about 7-7 hand. If I call forward, would I call shove? I would just see how player reacts on call 4-bet. I would see like generally how he reacts on 4-bet, what type of the hand he's 5-betting, and then decide. But it's a possibility that I would call. Okay. Now, what he does he bet here like 9x here? Does he bet like, I don't know, I don't see many queen x, queen like maybe of spades, if he had like some flush draw or something. But okay. And again we are facing 4-bet. Okay, let's see the range here. Ace king, ace king, ace king. Okay, let's fold for now. We don't know anything here. I think this is also the good hand, because I don't think that he has like 2 pair ever, so we can maybe abuse that, but I don't know how this player plays, so I'm gonna play it the safe way. Usually I think it's also good spot to overbet here and to go to shove the river, but I just don't see how he plays, so I don't know his pre-flop range. Does he have like king 9 off in this spot and stuff like that. Okay, we're gonna call here. And we're gonna go to the normal HUD here, because this is heads up HUD for them both. Okay, calling here. 18% in this spot. Okay, let's see his double barreling range. JJ cord pair, middle pair. What type of middle pair he had? Okay, he had top pair on the flop. Let's see his overbetting range. He didn't overbet anything, it seems. He usually uses bigger sizes with value hands. 5-9, I don't think it's a call, especially that we see that his strategy is like this weak made hand was top pair on the flop, so it was probably button versus big blind, and that's like a normal double barrel. Okay. Nothing open yet. Oh, okay, I see that now. Suddenly. Okay, we're gonna play heads up. Okay, we're gonna bet the turn here. Okay, I'm gonna shove here. We got ace 9. Okay. We don't have a lot of hands. He's folding the turn a lot. Let's see. Okay, he folded the turn 100% till now. And now he's sitting out. Okay. We are facing a 4-bets today. But I see that these guys are so tight and like we don't have dynamics. That's the reason why I folded. I'm usually not folding 8-9 suited probably ever. If we have some dynamics, if we have some like interaction going on. But it was like 3x and I was out of position, so against the fish I don't usually c-bet 1/3 often. I go for check range and stuff like that. Just to see if other tables did open. Okay, we are on all tables, all other tables. Okay. I was planning to overbet the river here. I just don't, I mean, this is like so stupid line. I'm gonna call. Okay. So stupid line. And from my experience, people rarely bluff that donk river line. But I mean, we have 2 pair here. And we don't know anything about him, so I won't fold 2 pair. Okay, we're gonna bet, we're gonna isolate. 26% of hands, just to see is that the range. Okay. Okay, 27% I would say. He has off broadways. We can check raise here with 27%. It's okay. He has like king 7 suited, queen 7 suited, jack 7 suited plus. He had gappers, suited connectors, has jack 10. Okay. We can check now. We can bet now. It's okay. I'm gonna check. Let's see, he's folding to check raise. I think it's a lot. He folds a lot on check raise. Okay. 78%. Okay. We're gonna call now. And also on the river, I mean, we are just so doing so well when people like check so strong hands. Okay, like 2-3 times today happened that we are saved on the river. Okay, and we are facing 4x 4-bet, and this guy has even a bluff range. I see that he falls to 5-bet, so we can shove here, we can call. I'm gonna shove. Okay, he has jacks, if I'm not seeing it wrong. I'm just shoving ace queen suited against a bluffier range because I saw that he folded 2 times on the 5-bet, so I'm gonna get it in with ace queen suited. I mean, we can even call, but I would like call ace queen off probably, ace jack off and stuff like that, king queen off, but I just feel we have value here also. and we are just punishing his bluffs this way also, more than we should if we are calling. Okay, 3-bet here. Nothing, no free tables, so we are just waiting. This guy played with us, I mean, before today, so I thought maybe now he'll play, but not. Button versus small blind. I mean, this is like also he doesn't fold a lot. I think we can step here 1/3. Usually on pair boards you need to go with the bigger size, like 80%. It's the best size, but when are like so high of the broadways, like for example if like it's like 10-10-7 or like 8-8-5, it's better to go with the bigger size. But when there are like two big broadways, you can even bet 1/3. I think it's okay. Like when it's queen 7, you can like, because you want to like bet wider. For example, if it's queen 7, you want to bet like pocket 8s, pocket 9s, pocket 10s, and it's much easier to play. But if it's like you can bet that hands with 1/3 of the pot, and for me it works better that way. But if it's like 5-5-8 and you have like pocket 9s, it's much better to bet it with the bigger size. So that's why I were going for 1/3, because I want to like bet all pocket pairs and stuff like that. Okay, we're gonna open here. I see just that he has 60% of the range. He probably plays all suited hands, even with even king 7, queen 7 off. So I think with that range our hand is okay. Okay, this is like nice. Look at the size of the 3-bet. Okay, we are calling. I want to see check fold on the turn here. We don't have anything, 81 hand. Okay, gonna check. And if this player is like capable, we could rep something now. But I'm gonna, if we have opportunity, I will bet. And I'm gonna bet like this. Okay, here now we're gonna have check range. Queen jack off, call, okay. At least we'll make a game here. So now these players will sit in and we will play. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna bet here. In position versus cutoff. Let's see if this is 4-bet. Button versus cutoff. Okay. So he will probably have like pocket pairs here, and he will shove probably some pretty light on us. I see 4s there, and he lost the pot. I think if he has like 4s and we're 4-betting, we are getting shoved there. Queen 8 is a call. Queen 7 for me is a 4-bet in that situation, but I just don't feel that we will get the fold here. Okay. Okay, we will have a game at least now. And I think on the river we probably should shove on the river, because it seems like he would call queen x against normal size. Maybe he would think like when you shove, okay, I think I need to fold against this, but against normal size or pot size they're like calling everything. Table's not open still. I'll try to go to the Super Sport to see maybe there's something. Nothing on the Super Sport also, okay. This is call for me. I don't tribute for 6 suited big blind versus small blind. Okay. Folds really a lot. We're gonna use smaller size here. Okay. I'm going here with the overbet. And this guy calls. Okay. I'm going for a shove here. Because I don't think that he has much of the 3x. I mean, he can have, but we'll have like some 7x here, 8x bluffs, and we saw that he's calling like normal size. So we're gonna use bigger size. Okay, so he can fold. That's good. But we just need to put like a bigger size here, okay? What we are wrapping here? I mean, I'm here betting like 4s, 5s, 3x, so there is no need to overbet to wrap 2x. We are just wrapping because this guy folds really a lot, and when he is on the river, when he's on the turn and he check all the flop, he folds 100%. So that's telling us that he has like poor check call range, and we can like bet normal size. We don't need to like doing overbet, especially on that board, because we have like many hands that we're gonna bet with the normal size. I don't think we have like many players that have that badge now. I just don't see them now. I think that's also a cool badge, but I don't see them. Okay, we're gonna shove here. Okay, so he can fold and shove. That's important to know. So I should have shoved that hand when we had 6-9. I don't see nobody with the triple barrel weak badge. Even I know some players that are capable for doing so, but I look at the stats, and our stats are on fold on the river in 3-bet pots in 5k hands is 0. So we need to take that in consideration also. We are folding a flop in single raise pot 35%, turn 38%, river 16%. So we need to know that people see our stats, and I think we should make more folds than calls. Because I don't think when people see stats like that, won't be like bluff happy against us. We need to start making folds. I mean, I know who I'm going to fold. Some of the hands, this guy. And that's it. From all of them, I think only this guy deserved that I fold to him. I didn't like had a close encounters with other players so much like against him, where I paid him off 5 times to then discover the rear pop-up and then see that he doesn't bluff. Okay, big blind versus small blind 60%, so we define his range. King 7 off, Queen 7 off, plus 5-6 off. All suited hands. Jack 9 is a fold. NoteCaddy, you want to know what I want to see. I want to see that like somebody triple barrels and I go to the rear pop-up and I tell you, oh, guys, look, we need to fold here, and I make a fold. I mean, that would be like pretty good feeling. That would be good feeling. I'm talking about that feeling for 4 days and we didn't do it once. This is 3-bet for me against button. Call against small blind. 41% against the hero 100% on 3 occasions. Okay. So he sees us as overfolders. Okay. He will need to have a really small c-bet frequency in this spot. Let's see his c-betting range. Okay, we see that he's like c-betting smaller frequencies with a stronger range. So that's the reason why his check call range is really small. So really weak. And I usually float like queen 9 here, but against him I will fold because he has like stronger c-bet range, and that's the reason why. And it's all like he's like c-betting 30% plus, and like we can attack his check range. We don't need to put us in the situation like to float really weak without backdoors. But even I see here that he's like checking a turn a lot, but he's not folding the turn. So that's telling me this, that he's like c-betting a strong range, like top pair plus range, top pair medium, or top pair, even top pair good kicker plus, and on the turn that he has check range, check range on like some scary, like if the middle pair pairs, if the straight comes, or if the flush comes, he's like then playing really carefully. That's telling me that. So we're gonna use bigger size here against this type of player. So only my wage. Okay, this is sick. It seems like everybody's donking on us constantly. And now he bets the pot and the flop, and he goes to, when the double flush draw comes, he's going on the turn way to half of the pot. I just want to see hand here. What is that hand? He donks the flop and on one flush draw, and when there is other. Okay, 7-10. Okay, I understand. 7-10 has real much sense. Okay. How could I didn't see it? Yes, donking the flop, he has the range advantage. Then going for value on the turn. Okay. My mistake. 3-bet here. Nothing from other tables. Okay, this guy is like, he's not, he folds a lot on early position, and he like opens 14%. Something's not wrong here. Something is wrong here. Or he's like folding deuces, 3s, 4s, 5s, and calling 6+ with his queen and broadways. Oh, okay, I see that only way to rampage has it, but I think it's probably, I just don't believe. So this is like guy who we like. Okay. This guy folds a lot on delays, but he doesn't stab a lot, so think we can go for delays with bluff range here. Okay, we're gonna bet here. He just folds too much, and I'll use normal size. He's like, I'm betting a6 because I think that he would like bet queen 10 and king queen, and he can have jack x here. So I'm gonna bet the normal side, like I'm betting ace x here. Okay, and I'm gonna 3-bet here, fold there. Calling here with force. Okay. On this board we will use a bigger size. And like we saw that he's not stabbing a lot, he's not stabbing in position. In 3-bet pots we can see what type of the hands he's stabbing the flop. In 3-bet pots all strong hands. Okay. And now we have like delay c-bet. I would probably bet ace queen and ace king every time. We could step here also. What was I trying to say? I mean, against him it's for me easy to play when I see these stats. I just don't want to force like c-betting a lot. I mean, on that board I would c-bet ace king and ace queen because it's they are good c-bets. I mean, he doesn't stab a lot and he has like really bad check behind range. So we can just save money. Okay. Okay, we are calling here with an ace 10. Okay, we have, let's see his range here. Okay, he used bigger size, 20% 8s plus. Ace jack, okay, standard range with a bigger size. Okay, we are calling with ace 10 here every time. Let's see how much he check folds on the turn. Check folds and he check. Okay, this guy has like really bad let's see his double barrel range here. Okay, and he really folds a lot, and so he has like bad check fold. That's telling me that when he checks the river, he's like upping much. And we have ace blocker here. I'm just thinking, do we have showdown value here ever? And what he's folding? Can we make him fold like 7-8? I don't think so. And I don't think that he's folding over pairs. And 9x when this, so here I'm gonna check. Okay. Just by doing this, I think that this guy like when this badge just giving me the opportunity to float him. I mean, on the spade we have profitable bluff 100%, and to have like this badge, it probably means that you're barreling without equity. So that's the reason I check behind, because I didn't see what hands he folds here. And also I didn't know, for example, would he check like tens there or jacks, or he would shove them. Okay. This is bet here. We're gonna see his range. Okay, 32%. And that's, he has ace 8 here. Okay. He has like probably near 40% range here. And we're gonna see his check raise turn range. Does he like having check raise turn range? He did that only once. I wanted to know, for example, is he like I'm gonna bet the river. Is he like check raising the turn with the flush? That's what was on my mind. And I'm not, to be honest, I'm not sure that this player will check raise all flushes on the turn, because I don't see like a big check raise range on 10k and he's like check raising really low frequency. And now this guy wants to play NL 100 and he doesn't play NL 200 ever when we have on the table opportunity, so I don't know what's going on here. Okay, I'm gonna check raise here. Okay. The problem is that okay, we have one table and somebody just came before me. How can he be quicker? I don't understand that. I just don't understand how can be. And now like 3 tables have opened, 3 new tables. I'm gonna leave here and I'm gonna put one of the tables here. Okay, I'm gonna put this table here, and other tables on the other monitor. Okay. Okay. How can this be empty? Okay. Call here just to see other table. Okay, I found the other table. So we are like having 5 more tables on the other monitor. That's really good. And this is the 6th of them. Okay. We're gonna use bigger size. This guy's falling a lot. His check falling on 68%. We're gonna see his check call range. Okay, when he check calls it's pretty strong, but he falls 70%, so when he calls we need to be a little careful. But we have okay hand, so I'm not worried. We have playability options. And okay. Okay, we have 4 tables on the left side. That's good. Okay. And I'm really confused by this guy. It seems like now he has like that badge, and it seems like he's triple barreling without equity, and we saw on the river bluffs that he's like almost never bluffing. So I'm a little bit confused. Okay, so he did triple barrel here with the blocker, but this is king 7. Okay, this is, I mean, this is like really good bluff on the river in my opinion, and this is also really good bluff on the river. I mean, from what I see here, he made like really good bluffs. But also, if you remember and if you like follow the streams, this guy like didn't bluff like in like 3-4 times he had like the absolute bluff that he needs to bluff and he didn't do it. So it's like, okay, I'm gonna go for the 4-bet here. I sometimes 4-bet, sometimes call in this spot. I'm gonna 4-bet now. I mean, he's 3-betting more than he should. He called the 4-bet. Tens. I think that this guy, and he folds on 4-bet a lot. I think he probably has like 9s, 10s here and stuff like that. We're gonna bet half and we're gonna shove the turn. He'll for sure call once with 9s or 10s in this spot. And I think we are shoving turn with these blockers. And the nice thing is that he doesn't call king queen off, so really good, really good. Okay, let's see multi-way. Let's go to the multi-way pop-up. Let's see how much this guy folds in position. He folds in position 58%, and he doesn't stab a lot, so we are betting always here. Multi-way, Jack 7 is a call. He has like wide range pre-flop. Okay, 50% here. This is a call. Let's see. I mean, this guy double barrels really a lot. And yeah, we had the tables, but I catch one table. I catch one table. Okay, I catch one table. It's okay. I'm gonna leave there. Let's see his like check folds on the river 71%, and when is this, I'm gonna just use a small size to not let him like fold, to like make him life tougher when we use like smaller size here, because I don't think it's a good feeling to fold in small size in this spot. Okay, and here this is just exploitably. Okay, we are betting here. It's important to see, I mean, it's important to see his check folds. Okay, this hand is not folding. It's important here to see his check folding on the river. Here, okay, skip civet and fold 75%. I didn't look at the time. I was trying to look at, but this is like the bluff then, and we should probably think it's more there is better to use smaller size in that spot against this player, so like rep queen x here. NoteCaddy, you're asking me about my long-term poker goals. Long-term poker goal. I started to play poker before 3 years ago, so my goal is to like learn the game the best I can, to be like the best player I can be in next 1 or 2 years. Another table opened, but we have like we have all tables full. It's an 200 table, so okay, we are full, so we're not gonna add anything. So my long terms are to be just in this and next year. I want to give everything I have to be the best I can be. That's my first goal. Okay, we are calling here. Okay, he has like, I mean, I know this guy, he bluffs us with king 8, and we can shove here, we can call. As soon as I see like king 8, I'm gonna call because I mean, our hand is so good. I would like shove ace 2, ace 3, ace 4 suited, but ace queen is like too good. Okay, I'm gonna call here. Let's see, and this guy like will shove on the turn. He did shove without equity, so ace queen is never fold. Calling. It's interesting size here. And now he checks. So it was probably bluff on the turn. Yes. Good. And I was trying to say that my goals is so like in next 1 or 2 years to like make something and to enjoy the game, and because when I stop enjoying the game and like looking forward to playing, I will do something else in my life. So this year and next year, that's all that I plan. I just plan to get the best I can to become really good, much better than now, and that's my plan. and if the things don't go like I want, I can always done something else. So it's not like poker is the only thing in the world. Okay, smaller size. See, it seems like the tables have opened. And you're asking about different games or formats. Uh, I I love MTTs. They are like my silent suffer. I just love that feeling when you play MTTs. It's like sport. You're like playing, I don't know, Wimbledon, and you're like trying to get into the best one. You are attacking. You're saving chips. You are surviving. I mean, I just loved that feeling that tournaments give to you. So I would like to also uh, like uh, to try to make some good entities, final tables, or also I will also go to play live. I love to play live poker, and I'm gonna try to play live and MTTs also from like 9 months after September or in October. I will go with to like every bigger tournament in Europe, and I will play. And now when my daughter is like little bigger, now she has like 14 months. We can go everywhere. So, and this guy checked queen flush. Uh, so I will try to play entities. I will try to learn them, try to be a good at them, and to make some results. And that's it. That's are my I don't plan anything from like 1 to maybe top 2 years. So my plans are only for this year and next year, and then we'll see what will happen. Okay, ace 3 open, king 10 open. Now there are a lot of good tables, even on NL 400, a lot of good tables. Even on NL 200, a lot of good tables. Really good action now. Okay. Does anybody else want to ask something? Does anybody else want to, well, I mean, maybe talk about some part of the program? Steps really rarely. What feature of the program you may want me to show more? I'm also interested in that if you want. We don't know anything here. And on queen x against the normal, we need to have like smaller c-bet frequency against the normal range. And I doesn't know anything about him, and I didn't play with him at all. For me, like the best feature is multi-way pop-up. It's like the best pop-up in the world. I mean, so many informations there. Like, you know how he plays as a caller, as a PFR, as a caller in position, what type of hands he calls when the action is call. For example, when PFR c-bets and another player calls, what he does in big blind. I mean, it's so crucial to know. I just really I think that multi-way pop-up is the best of all in the game. Multi-way and the deep pop-up. I mean, we don't use deep pop-up. I didn't use it till now because we didn't like have an opportunity. But when I play in Super Sport, I'm like, we play like 2-3 tables, and then on all tables there are like many deep play going on. So I didn't have opportunity to show it here, but on Super Sport it's like super useful, and I bet in like Poker Stars and Zoom Poker, when you have like deep pop-up, it's so good because you can see now how people play deep, what they 3-bet, how much they 3-bet, what they 4-bet, with what they call 4-bet, how wide or narrow they are. So it's so important. Bet here, probably call here. I mean, this is close. I think we can call, but it's not the greatest. I just hate when it's short stacked. Okay, let's see his c-betting range. And what I noticed, like, he's like using bigger size, and like half of the pot is never a bluff, and when he's bluffing he's using like 1/3. Okay, I think it's not, this hand is not float here when he's not at full he's not at full stack, and I don't think it's a check raise also, because we need to shove then, and it's not ideal. Okay, 3-bet here. We're gonna go like this. I think this guy folds a lot. Yes, he folds really a lot, so we're gonna use smaller size. I don't know, is this guy limped or what happened? And we are facing like 10. Okay, I'm gonna shove here. Okay, he folds 50%. I'm gonna shove here. We can call, we can shove, but when I see like that he folds, I mean, we can just put pressure. And I know we play really aggressive, so people will get that, will play back to us. So like fold, like we can call with jacks, but I just really like to punish them and like shove them a lot, because you are punishing the 4-bet most when you shove. You are punishing the 4-bet 4-bet bluff range the most. Okay, this is 4-bet also for me. Okay, this is also 4-bet here. We're gonna go to 40. Okay, I mean, this guy 3-bets a lot, and again we hit the really good flop for our range, and we're gonna again bet half of the pot. On this type of boards, out of position, on King X boards, I bet half of the pot and shove the turn. I usually play 2 street game. And like I said, he doesn't have King Queen off. That's really good. And he doesn't, I think he doesn't 3-bet King 10 suited, so I think it's really good. Okay, guys, can you tell me what you think about like multi-way pop-up? Can we talk about multi-way pop-up from your perspective? Because nobody's like asking anything about the program, and all sense of this is like that you like better understand the program, that you are familiar with the program, and you are not asking at all. I'm like I want to know your opinion. What do you think about multi-way pop-up? Do you see it like something you would like use really in your game? Because I see that with that multi-way pop-up, I just like play much better multi-way. I started to be a lot more aggressive because it's so easier to identify the range of the opponents. So I know I'm just like, I just love that pop-up. For me, it's like crazy good. And you're not saying anything. Do you like it? Do you think we need to add something more? Because I think it's really nice coverage of everything you need. tell me your opinion. Also, Murta, can you tell me your opinion? You are starting to play with the program, you know stuff. Okay, he's opening 40% and he's using 1/3 of the pot. Okay, we're gonna check raise against 1/3 of the pot, but also I see that he's not c-betting a lot, so okay. Let's see the check fold here. We talk about this player and I told that he's probably okay, he doesn't check fold a lot on the turn, but he's like the guy who like probably like c-bets the ace here, and on the turn, okay, it's not good turn, it's connected, I'm gonna check like ace queen here, I'm gonna check ace 10 here. I think that this is that type of guy. 8-9. I don't see many 8s in his range. And now I think if we are betting, we need to overbet to wrap the straight here. Or we're going to check here. It's close. I think it's much better bluff if the 8 didn't come there, because when the 8 is there, we don't have much in the nuts hands. We have ace 8, 7-8 and jack 8. I mean, it's okay then. 8 come there, so we probably, I mean, we can even bet like 8-9 there on the turn. And now we're on the river, we got the trips. I think now when I think about the hand, that it's like a really okay spot to bluff the river and like use the overbet 2x pot size. I think it's okay because, for example, what would he do with the hand that he had? I think it wouldn't be easy call on his place. If we are on his shoes and we like facing the overbet on the river, I don't think it's a good feeling. So I think I should overbet there. NoteCaddy, you are asking me about the no bet and versus delay c-bet. I mean, if you notice, like last 3 sessions, we are just always looking at the fold versus delay c-bet and check folds. We are just always looking at that and like call delay fold river, and we are just basically we are like shaping our strategy and attacking that spots. For example, on many players, we don't want to waste the money on c-bets. We just like remove some of the bluff range from our c-bets, and I think, okay, a lot of tables has showed, so I'm gonna add them also. Okay, that's that table. So I'm using it all the time. I'm just looking how, because it's important also to know their strategy. I mean, fold versus delay is like connected with steps, so we need to like follow everything. I think like last three streams we are just attacking that spots a lot. That's what I am doing, because you can shape much of your strategy just basing if you see like that he's check folding a lot. So if he's check folding a lot and you see here what type of the hand he's check calling with, you can immediately know what type of the c-bet strategy that player is using. So it's so good from the HUD, you can like know so many things. So just from the HUD you can see like you can know his c-bet strategy, you can know how he plays his check range, you can also know that from stabbing, so you can like change some of your strategy. You can just change it when you see like green ones here and green ones here, and especially if you see a low steps. I mean, you can like change your strategy a lot and be really tough to play, because you're like putting them in tough spots, because if you see like green here and green here, they are not doing something right. They are like they have like a bad check range, tight stab range, bad check range from out of position, and you can just put the pressure on them. And also you can like see, okay, if I'm called, let's see what type of hands he's calling with, and like if he calls, how much he's folding on river, how much he folds on turn, how much he check calls and folds on river. And then you can like shape your strategy. Do you want to go for the river bluff, and then you see what type of the hands he's calling on river. And if you see like, okay, this guy's like calling bottom pairs on, he's check behind bottom pairs, calling turn and calling river, okay, I'm going to use the orbit range there. Okay, Murta, I'm hoping you are going to tell me your opinion here. It would be nice to know. And pop-ups, NoteCaddy pop-ups are really pretty to me also. I mean, they are simple, they are good for eyes, and that's most important thing to me. Okay, we don't have stats here. Pretty nice. And now I would like to see like his I would like to see his turn, how he plays the turn and how much he check raises on the flop. But basically this is the turn orbit here. Okay, against him we'll have a c-bet range. So, and if you notice, this guy check raised us in that spot with ace queen jack. He did raise in position on us with two pair, so his calling range is really much weaker, because I think he will raise his value hands here. I'm gonna fold here. Okay. I think we should check raise there. If we check raise here, we would drop 5-7, and we don't have 5-7 off, and we are check raising some of the 5-7 here. And he used the orbit strategy. Okay. Okay. So for example, going for check raise on the turn, it's not the greatest play. We don't trap much, because we need to take into consideration that we are three betting some of the 5-7 suited. So we basically doesn't have the nuts at all in that spot, or we have like just maybe two combos of the nuts. So I don't think we can check raise on the turn there. Okay, maybe we can like check raise the set on the turn, but we need to then take into consideration how many sets we're going to check raise on the flop. So we don't trap much if we check raise here. It would be much different if we have in the range 5-7 off, but we don't have that in the range. I used the smaller size because this guy seems to fold a lot. Let's see what type of range he folds. He calls early. I mean, this guy called ace king here, and just look at this. He's calling ace king, and he's 4-betting and folding to 5-bets a lot. 2 out of 3 times here, one of the one here, and one of the one here. So he likes strong as his calling range, and he adds really much bluffs into his 4-bet range. Okay, this guy called 4-bets. Called 4-bets 3%. He folded to 5-bet once. That's telling me that he has some hands that he doesn't call all in with. We here get the good odds and we are calling. Okay. Here we're gonna use bigger size. 66 is the size. Okay, let's see his range, button versus small blind. Okay, I'm gonna fold here. This is the really bad turn for our range because we don't 3-bet ace 10 off, and I saw this guy calling jack 10 off, so he probably has a lot more 10x than we do. So on this turn against this type of player I would have a check range. I would just check every hand on the turn here. Let's see his bet versus miss c-bet on the turn, 41%. Step turn is 41%, we don't see the hands. Okay, I would now be interesting to see, like, is he does he like bet here with 6-7, with pocket 5, with pocket 7s, or stuff like that. I'm gonna call against this size because when he bets smaller I'm more inclined to call, so I'm gonna call here. Okay, and I'm gonna check raise here. I don't think that he will now bet like 7s and 8s. Okay, he's now wrapping with 10x here. Okay, I'm gonna fold here with this hand. I'm gonna bet a pot here. Oh my god, I did click. Okay, it's still here. Three bet here. And we get the worst river here. Wow, this is so bad river here. So bad river. And I think that he won't turn flush into the bluff here. That's really good for us. So when he shoved, he's shoving over pairs. He had a flush here. Okay, king 8 is a call. And I'm pretty sure he wouldn't turn. I think, I don't know. Does he need to turn it into bluff? I'm not sure. But I think it's a good play because we don't have 10s here ever. We have like 10x here, but 10x is checking the turn probably. Okay, this is folding turn. I think that he should shove there because we are just like we just can't like even near defend even near optimal there. If he shoved there, I mean, it would be really tough on us. I mean, what to do with 5s then? I mean, is he calling queen jack on the turn with queen blocker or jack blocker? So he can have bluffs there. So I think it's really cool spot. And I think that he should turn it into bluff, in my opinion. We're gonna vote, NoteCaddy, we're gonna make a voting on the side to see what people want to see. But if you're like making Zoom challenges, I would just go then like, I would go like all the way from 100 to from 100 to 500. If I'm in that spot, just if I'm like going Zoom 100, I'm immediately would like to go to 200 and then to finish with 500 and like document everything. That's my opinion. I don't know how many people would be interested in heads up because I mean this is the NoteCaddy Breakthrough is like 6 max program, and I don't know how many people would like to see heads up. I mean, I really love heads up games, and I think they are the best. You need to be really good, play a lot of range, but I just don't know what people would like to see. I'm not sure. But I think probably by going into the zoom challenges that and document everything, that would be like really good. But I mean, maybe people want to see me playing their stakes or play on their site. Like we can play on Winning Poker Network, Microgaming, 888 Poker, Winamax, GG Network. Like we have a lot of options. Another table opened. Another table opened. Okay. Table of NL 400 opened also. Okay, but this table is now starting to play. Okay, we did chill today with like, there were not a lot of breaking the games when we started. Okay, we can go here. Okay, and we need to leave some table. Okay, I'm gonna put it another monitor, and we will get in when I'm afraid that that other table will break now, but so we will just sit out here. Okay, this guy is 3-betting us, small blind versus button. Seems like he's on the tighter side. Okay, but hijack is like a call. And like I said, this table will break now. So annoying. Okay, I'm gonna leave that table and we will stack here if there is auction. Okay, pretty good turn for our range. Okay, and he check folds turn a lot, so I'm gonna bet half of the pot on the turn. We don't have much of the info on him, but I think stabbing the turn here will identify what type hand he has. He can have like 9s, 10s and call with the club. If I know that that player is doing that, for example, if he had like that badge, I would like shove the river for sure. Okay, here we have like, and when he like triple checks, he folds 70%. So we're gonna just use normal size because he overfolds. He folded. Okay. I think Murta, that on the other sides there is a traffic. For example, on Winning Poker Network will be traffic without on any limits. On Winamax there will be traffic on any limits. Whatever people want, low, mid, micros, there will be traffic there. Okay. 8-10 is a 3-bet here. Then Magic Orange Murta, vote for that. Okay, we're gonna bet here. Basically, okay, I'm gonna fold here. Let's see his double barrel calling range. Inside straight or weak make hand. Okay. We can check here. If he steps the river. It it will be interesting to see if he steps the river here. And now I want to know if he has floats here. Okay, I'm calling here. This guy can call here with like king 10, with king of spades, and he doesn't fold that on turn. So really nice strike, pal. And for example, I'm gonna add this note on him that he's doing stuff like that. And you just like from the stats you can see, I immediately knew what he can do with here when I see this type of the stats. I know that he's like doing stuff like that. Okay. And this is the call river raise week. So example, you raise this guy and he won't believe you. If he's like betting till he's calling. I would bluff here if the club came, but I don't think that this type of player will fold. We need to like sometimes put the brake pedal and just give up. And it's a fish player, so now I mean, we had one hand where he checked behind strong, so I can say that he probably even can have some slow plays here, but we won't do anything here. And just one thing, if we are going to zoom, I think like we need to go all the way. If I'm like I didn't play zoom at all, so if I'm going to play zoom and I just get into it, I would like go to all challenges. So all the way, I want to go all the way. For example, if I'm like if I complete NL 100 challenge, it's like would be so stupid that I don't play NL 200 when I'm like into the game and everything. So but okay, we'll see what people will vote and how many people will vote, and if there is not a lot of interest of that, I'm just gonna make challenges by myself. I'm gonna make like Zoom challenge and just document it, put results and graphs. But if there will not be an interest, I won't do streams. I'll just play challenge. I just play challenge by challenge, and we're gonna choose the challenge and document it. So we're gonna see what will happen, because there is like no sense to doing that if people don't want to see it. We can just make challenges for ourselves and for the program, so that the people will, for example, in 1 year see, okay, this program was going through the Zoom challenges and it worked well, and in like winning poker network and did well there, and we'll just make it for us, make results, document everything, and that's it. Okay. The tables are starting just to break. Okay. There was really good action. I'm looking at the tables of NL 400. A lot of weak players are playing it, but they are just constantly breaking and making. Okay, 1/3 here. And we're gonna look through all badges, and I'm gonna explain them also when the situation comes. For example, we didn't even talk about this badge. This badge is telling about the people that steps turn often and bets river, and we can see this guy did shove the river 2x spot with the flush, and he bet the river, step the turn and bet the river 3 out of 4 times. You want to always look at the badges, because badges are telling you some part of the game where the player is doing something what he shouldn't, or he's overdoing something. So we want to identify that part of the game to know. Okay. Big blind versus early, 26% of the range. But we see king 3 suited, 5-8 suited, a6 off, so that's probably not correct. The most important thing here is like what type of float he can have. He's folding really small, really rarely to this size, so I'm gonna double barrel here. I mean, this guy will probably against 1/3 call like ace highs here. So we are protecting the turn. We are value betting and protecting with 10-10. This is the similar spot if we are check raising here. I don't think we have much of the 5-7 in our range, so I'm going by like we have 4s and 6s here, and I would like I think that 9-10 is okay check raise. This guy folds 56%. Let's see what type of the range he folds, what type of the range then he calls. He called, I think, okay, he called middle pair in this spot. I mean, now you see like how can you like just from the HUD know when to put the pressure. So for example, when this guy calls the turn, I think we have like profitable overbet on the river. We have so many 8x hands, he's checking weak, and we need to attack that player. King 7, King 6 is okay. He has like 60% of the range here, so I think King 6 is really okay here. Really nice flop. He's also like probably tributing ace jack. Okay, we don't know that, but really good flop for putting pressure against really wide range. Okay. Let's see his range. 26%. He has like king 10 here. He's calling probably king queen off before the flop. He has jack 10 off, and I mean this is turn where I want to continue with this hand, because he has like all of broadways, and he folds on c-bet a lot on 1/3 of the pot. Okay. And he doesn't fold a lot on check call. On the check call, check fold, he doesn't fold a lot. Okay, and he steps the river quite often. So that's telling me that he has a lot of air in the river. And he bluffs with the bigger size. I think he is like really betting maybe queen X there. And that's also, it's nice to know what type of bluffs people use, what type of size they use when they are bluffing. So for example, in this spot, I think he would never bluff with that size. Okay. Okay. Tables are starting to open. It would be nice to know how much he check folds here. We don't know that. I'm gonna overbet here. And I'm gonna overbet here. Okay, this is call here. Oh wow. We lost here. And he just called with nuts. We are just like they're just giving us on the river so much break, because like they should in 4 or 5 spots they could get a lot more. Okay, I'm gonna bet here. Let's see what type of the hands he... Okay, we need to bluff the river here. This guy won't fold the turn. He's check calling with weak range, but he... Okay. Okay, I'm gonna check now when we got the 10x here. He had ace 10, okay. This guy called 4-bet, so I think I'm gonna shove here. Seems like he has stronger range. So I'm gonna shove here. Okay. He folds. Okay. Let's see what type of hand this guy check calling. It's a multi-way. It was a multi-way spot. I was just going for the shove because I saw this, but I know that he's like always trying something against me, like bluffing without sense and like trying to overplay or something. So I think I should call kings there. Okay. No questions, no anything. We are now over 2 hours. I think we're gonna finish. I'm gonna probably play more because the tables are good, and all NL 400 tables are really good. And when I usually play, I play 6 tables, so really good tables. I mean, really good tables. Okay. And I wouldn't fold anything to this guy. I know him and I don't know why he's playing that way constantly. Like 5 streams he's like doing so stupid things all the time. 4-betting with king 8 and then bluffing without equity. Stuff like that. I just feel that he's always trying to bluff me. And I was also thinking, what about that we make like one day MTT day? In Sunday there are Power Fest starting, so we can like make some Twitch stream playing MTTs and maybe going deep somewhere. Would you be interesting to see that? Like that we together try to win something, try to make some good finishes or some final table maybe. If you're interested in that, tell me now or tell me tomorrow, and then we can make it, and we can then like go one day, add one more day to presentation of the program. So like stream for 15 days, not 14, just add one more day because we just used like MTT day, where we won't play with the NC Breakthrough, we'll play with my MTT HUD. But if you like, we can do that. We can just go to MTTs and try to make something together. You can watch me, we can talk, we can speak about poker, we can speak about NoteCaddy Breakthrough or stuff like that. So if you are interested, let me know. If not, we'll just go and make the work, just stream about the program and finish that. I think I'm gonna play one more circle for today. I'm gonna probably play more. We'll see. Interesting stuff going on. I would also say that this display is like rarely a bluff. Force, we're gonna play force. We're gonna fold this. I don't think that today were like so many interesting hands. We're gonna go fast through replayer. I don't see like many things that we just played something special, so we need to show it. This guy called the small blind. Let's see how much he folds turn to overbet. Okay. Top pair, high kicker, straight. Okay, he's gonna call here with like king jack, king 10. I think we need to bluff the river against him. Okay, that's it. We can see how we went. Okay, this is this. Okay, we were winning. Okay, these are the hands that we lost. We lost here against 6-7. Oh, okay, this was a really interesting hand. We can talk about this. It was really interesting hand. Okay, magic orange. I mean, I'm not like I played maybe 300 online tournaments on stars and maybe 100 on party poker, so we can see how I'm doing there. I think that this guy played the hand terribly, because on the turn he's like he doesn't have much. The turn is not good for him. I mean, he can bet, because I don't think that he would like stab ace 10 here, or ace 9 or ace-8. But even if he like steps like ace-8, is he like value betting ace-8 on the river? And I think we have like all combos of a6, all combos of a7. We have some aces in the range, because on this type of board we're gonna check call some of the aces. We have ace queen, some of the ace queen, not much but some of them, because on the queen high board here we need to have like blind versus blind. We don't need to have like big c-bet frequency, maybe around 40%. So when we are on the river and the 6 is here, okay, he's just wrapping with the size a6 here, but I just didn't believe. I mean, with this size he can bet like a6 on the river, it's queen kicker, but I just didn't believe that he has a6 here, and he did like get the trips on the river. But I'm interested, what if the turn was 2? I'm pretty sure this guy would check that, and then his play doesn't have any sense. If he's like betting the turn with this hand and he's got called, he's never good. So I don't know. It would be interesting to see different river than this river. Also, it would be interesting to see 8 river. What would we do if the 8 come and he like bet this size? If we shove, if we then shove over him, what we are wrapping there? That's also a question. In his eyes, I mean, I could shove like there ace queen, I could shove a7, I could shove many hands, but would he think that I'm then polarized on like straights? I don't know. But it would be interesting to see different river, because I was like preparing to call any river. Okay, here we had full house and we were against higher full house, and guy just called the river. I don't know, he was like afraid that we have like both, that we have like quads. Okay, here we have like 2 pairs, and the guy checked behind on the river ace. We were so lucky today because all the players like didn't really bet against us, like, which is like crazy. I mean, you have like pure ship here. Okay, we had ace 10 here, and we were here against straight, and all other hands are smaller. We have like queen 10 here, and this guy had a flush and he like just bet the river and we just called, and he played it terribly also. Just we have like really luck today. We run run above EV. We got 2 flips, so I think it was okay. And that's it. Okay, so okay, then it's a deal. We can make Sunday as an MTT. Thank you, NoteCaddy. I mean, today just they didn't like put me in anything, so it was easier. But we're gonna see tomorrow how it went, and then on Sunday we can talk about MTT stuffs. Thank you for today, for being with me, and I'll see you then. See you again tomorrow and in Sunday. Okay. Bye.